Hi there everyone, welcome to the third and possibly final instalment of Man vs Beast. Now you may be wondering why I say final instalment. You may also have noticed that I'm currently wearing all black. You may also have noticed that this hamster ball is empty. Why? Well, if you didn't hear the show on Saturday, you may not have heard the news that unfortunately our very own predicting beast, Rabbit the hamster, has unfortunately passed away, and it's very sad. We're very sad about it. So obviously we can't bring you any more predictions from Rabbit. But we thought we'd honour her memory by offering a number of remembrances from people who knew her best. Before we do that, however, we thought we'd start this video in the arena which she used to use to predict her teams every week, or for the 2 weeks that she did it. So this area that I'm standing in right now, this was the away end, I believe, and that's pretty much the tour, to be honest with you. So what we will have right now is just a few memories of Rabbit and the things that we think that she brought best to the table. So I hope, you know, it might be actually quite funny. That's generally the way these things go, isn't it? We don't want to be too somber, and so hopefully we'll score a few goals of our own, comedy-wise, yeah, because she used to score with the ball. It's a goal. Cut to VT.
It is true, Rabbit has passed away, and it's sad. It's hurting me. It's hurting me in my heart, and it's hurting me in the wallet, because just before she died, I did stock up on hamster food and bedding, and unfortunately, I have no use for that. I'm not a hamster. I'm not going to sleep in hamster bedding. I'm not going to eat hamster food. I've got proper food like steak. So, if there's anyone that needs some hamster food or bedding, or possibly a cage, 2 dead occupants, but you know, hey, we've cleaned it. That's all right. Then get in contact. Great deals. I've got 36 positive feedbacks on eBay. You could be my number 37.
Rabbit always loved the internet. She did. She was very into a viral kind of thing. She likes to look at YouTube, you know, and look at videos and make videos and stuff. So I'm sure she'd be extremely happy that we're doing all of this. And I remember one idea which she never got around to doing, but she kept bugging me, saying, "Oh, Colin, what we need to do is we just need to get like a lighter, like this, and say, oh, just put a little mouth on him and go, I'm a fire starter," and then the light would go on. It was a rubbish idea, and that's why we never did it, to be honest.
My dad would never, he'd never play, he'd never want to play top trumps with me, and neither would any of the rest of my family, because they didn't like me very much. But Rabbit, she always made time to play top trumps with me. And I mean, she couldn't play because she was a hamster, but yeah, she would look meaningfully. When I asked her questions about what her monster rating was, she didn't have any cards, so it was pointless. Made me feel better, and now nobody will play top trumps with me anymore.
She ate. She ran around a ball. She ran around a wheel. She ran around a cage. She ran through tubes. She did a lot of running and a lot of drinking. She did have a drink problem. She was sucking on that ball every day. I didn't know what was in it. I filled it with water, but I swear when I emptied it, she must have fermented some grapes in there or something, because I was getting high off the fumes. And I think Rabbit did too. I came back one day, found her in the cage on her back, and if she could have speak, I'm pretty sure she would have said something along the lines of,
I'll tell you what though, remember she used to love doing fancy dress parties? Remember? Every week she was like, "Oh, where's a new fancy dress party?" And we're like, "Oh, I don't know, no one does that anymore."
But she was rubbish at them as well, because I remember pretty much every single one we went to, she went as a hamster, and she'd turn up and we were like, "Well,"
she did. Apart from that time.
No, she'd turn up and we'd be like, "Well, you've just come as you," and then she'd be like, "No, I'm a Roborovsky or a Chinese," and she was actually a Russian dwarf hamster.
There was that time when she actually came as a rabbit, and that threw everyone. Was like, "Oh, but you're Rabbit the hamster." But
and now she came as Hamster the rabbit.
There we go.
She thought it was funny. I mean,
she was.
I don't think anybody else
No, well, yeah, it was.
My sense of humour wasn't everybody's taste.
She was one of them people who kind of just who thought everyone liked her,
Yeah.
but no one really got on at all.
Yeah, but I mean, everybody knows somebody like that. Don't they?
Yeah, that's true, and Rabbit was that person for us. There was one thing I wanted to say, and I even wrote it down, you know, to make sure that I got it right. I believe it was Chaz and Dave that said, "Rabbit, rabbit, 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 rabbit." But that's all I had really written down, to be honest. That's all the thoughts I've got. So you've heard what everyone has to say, and all of our memories, we're sharing them with you today in remembrance of Rabbit the Norman hamster, to give her her full title. And there's only one thing left to do. R.I.P. Rabbit. There's another hamster in heaven.
The fire inside.
Yeah, whenever I used to put your finger in, like, near the cage. She always used to bite you, all the time. It's ridiculous, really. I mean, you put your hand, you go to stroke her. Obviously, she's a pet, you want to stroke her, so you try and grab her. She runs away. Two, if you actually manage to catch her, she used to just bite you. As soon as you touch her, she just bites you. Thinking about it, she bit me a lot. Like, loads. In fact, most of the times I've touched her, she bit me. I hated that hamster. Oh, for God's sake.